What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video, I'm going to be continuing my Overpower Level 8 Sniper Zer0 playthrough. In this particular episode, we are on our way, I should say, up to Bunker, because in the last episode, we went to Opportunity and got Jack's voice modulator after meeting with Brick, which were our two final steps in order to begin working our way up here. So that's where we're headed. The ascent up to Bunker can be somewhat challenging in certain scenarios, but Sniper Zer0 shouldn't have too much trouble with it. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. We need to talk to Claptrap so that he can get us past this death wall. That's why we actually went to get the Claptrap upgrade from Bloodwing out in the Wildlife Exploitation Preserve. I'm going to try to time this right so that we can kill this buzzard at around the same time Claptrap's going to open this door for us. We may or may not be able to pull that off. I killed him a little bit too early. Takes him a second to open the gate here, so my follow-through bonus will go to waste. That's a shame. I should have killed that buzzard just a few seconds later. Now I am going to execute another grenade jump here, because this will get me up to the constructor that's going to let us get through this next door just a little bit quicker. I'm going to go ahead and put back on my Slag Transfusion grenade now, because there are some pretty heavy enemy spawns in this area, and we don't want to be without an opportunity to recover health. 4 little ammo boxes here, which should give me plenty of grenades and sniper ammo for the ascent. There's another grenade jump that I'm going to try to execute on the way up there, though. So it'll definitely be nice to have those grenades. So here's the constructor. One thing I like to do with constructors as Zer0 is throw my decoy right there, because that will encourage the constructor to do the stomp thing that he does, and that makes it a little bit easier to kill him with Sniper Zer0 because he won't throw out a turret or shoot missiles at you or anything like that. And it just makes it a little bit easier to do. So that's one way that you can get past them, or the constructors, a little bit easier. We are going to have to face a super badass constructor once we get near the top of our descent here, and obviously those things are very weak to boar, much like Bunker will be. So the big enemies we face here really won't be that difficult to take out because Zer0 has boar. These little things can be somewhat irritating to take out because their placement on the wall can make them difficult to actually deal a lot of damage with. With the Pimpernel, I actually like to aim just a little bit below them sometimes, and sometimes that is what makes them the most easy to take out. I'll throw a preemptive slag grenade there. Hopefully it hits this warloader, and I'm going to throw just one more just in case these guys really get some good shots on me. And they didn't. Now I have my follow-through bonus and my Grim bonus, so we should be able to escape them. This was the next grenade jump I was talking about. And this will just allow us to get up here a little bit quicker, save some time, and get us up to the badass constructor just a little bit quicker than we otherwise would. So these badass constructors are pretty easy to bore if you just hit them in the side turret, so that's what we're going to try to do. I am going to try to preemptively kill this guy here. His mindless wandering around took me a minute to actually get a good shot on him there. And it was good that I did kill him because I needed that Grim bonus to be really safe through that constructor's shock damage over time attack. So now that guy's dead and this gate's going to open. There are going to be some more dudes up here, so a preemptive slag grenade can't hurt anything. See what I mean? Sometimes if you preemptively throw slag grenades, you're going to be in a much better position than you otherwise would. Get a follow through and Grim bonus as we head on over towards the Bunker. So that was a pretty good and safe ascent to Bunker that had both survivability and speed. We didn't really run into too much trouble there, and so that was actually pretty cool. Alright, so now that we get to the Bunker, we are going to have to kill some autocannons and stuff, and that part will actually be much more dangerous than the actual Bunker fight, so hopefully we're able to get through that easily. Sometimes the lasers that are around this ring can be awfully tough to deal with, and the autocannons, if they actually aim at you, are pretty damn powerful as well. You can get hot loaders and angelic guards in this area, as well as exploders, which all have the potential to be very offensively dangerous. So you have to watch out for those guys. I think it's 11 autocannons that we have to destroy, and just try to be safe when you take out these things. There is going to be a lot of firepower coming at you in these little areas, so that's something to watch out for, definitely. As you can see, the autocannon has a pretty good fire rate and stuff. We'll see if we can't shoot him under this little gate thing here. Doesn't look like it. I was getting a rising shot. I can't see his health bar, though, so I don't know if we're doing any real damage. No, we weren't doing any damage. I wonder why I was getting rising shot if we weren't doing any damage like that. Just wasting ammo, I guess. It is kind of weird that these things actually have a critical hit spot, but that's cool because it makes them a lot easier to take out. So now there are going to be a lot of enemies spawning, and we are going to be just a little bit careful as all of these enemies kind of spawn in by jumping down here, and this will let us kind of pick and choose our targets a little bit better. Now there's one on the other side of this wall here, basically opposite of that turret placement, and I'm going to kill it first because there's less stuff going on back here than there is up front. And I just don't want to get overextended, basically. Alright, so with the laser countermeasures, one good thing to do is get on those chests, but since there's a hot loader right there, I do have to avoid that dude. Alright, so just playing it a little bit cautiously here. A lot of these auto turrets you can take out from a distance, which makes them a lot easier to deal with. I think they can be slagged, actually. I should probably slag that, but before I do that, hot loader needs to be dealt with. Like I said, hot loaders can be plentiful in this area, and if you catch a fire damage over time, it can be a death sentence, so watch out for that. Yeah, those things definitely can be slagged, and if you slag them, they'll be a lot easier to kill. You can also get knocked off by a grenade and just fall into the abyss, which is awfully annoying as well. Go ahead and kill this thing real quick. Excellent. We'll knock out this power loader as well. Cool. Looks like a turret has spawned opposite of here. I can tell that by the mini-map. Using the mini-map is something that I think a lot of people don't do as effectively or often as they should. It can definitely let you know where enemies are without actually having to position the camera and stuff. So it's something that I keep an eye on. A lot of people question my use of the fixed minimap instead of the rotating minimap. I find that it's a lot better personally, but it's not for everybody. But personally, I just find it to be a lot easier to interpret and stuff. So, I don't know. If you've never used it before, go ahead and give it a shot. I like it better. Hot loaders everywhere. Watch out for those guys. Cool. A lot of loaders around here, so you have to watch out for those guys, I guess. It's easy to concentrate on the autocannons and forget about the loaders, but it's most likely that the loaders will be what kill you unless you're right next to the autocannons, because traditionally they do focus on the buzzards. Hate these loaders. Zer0 with Jack's voice is kind of funny. Unfortunately, these laser countermeasures are awfully irritating, but not a big deal. I am kind of dreading Angel's core right now. I was actually debating putting this episode off because I know that I'm going to have to do the core sequence, which I really don't like. It's usually quite slow-paced and kind of boring, plus it's filled with angelic guards and respawning lasers, which are just more or less irritating than anything else, but hopefully, you know, it's not that bad. I've never done it with Sniper Zer0 before, so maybe it won't be that bad. Saw this guy here on my minimap, and I want to take him out. Alright. We're lucky that we haven't caught a hot loader damage over time yet. I know that a couple blasts have hit me, and it's just been luck of the draw, really, that I haven't been killed by them. Ooh, a jet loader here. Luckily, Boar is going to deal with him for me. The loaders just, there's no way you can kill all of them. They infinitely spawn. And that's usually a feature that I do not like in games. So we're going to deal with that one over behind this gun loader, but deal with the gun loader first, I guess. Deal with this gun loader as well, and then we're only going to have one more autocannon to take out. So Played it a little bit cautiously here on these autocannons, but I didn't want to get in a situation where I would be in some trouble. Alright. So this will cause the bunker to spawn. If you're Zer0, you can definitely hide down here and just bore the bunker from here. Well, I guess you have to wait for him to spawn. I didn't know if I was going to have to be on the top platform for that. It turns out we don't, so that's pretty cool, I guess. If you've ever like jumped on the bunker and seen how he's constructed, because you can actually fall into the top of him, you can see that he's made of multiple hitboxes that really do just overlap and stuff like that. And that's why he is so easy to bore. If you shoot him through one of the turrets he spawns, it's going to be very easy to deal with him. Now the bunker flies around. You can see it on the mini-map there, just kind of going around. We might be able to see it if we look over this edge here as well. And he's just going to fly around and not really be hittable for a little while, and there will just be a lot of loaders and stuff to deal with that we don't have to deal with if we just wait for him to become vulnerable, basically. Let that thing go ahead and deal with itself. Alright, so a lot of missiles coming at me. I know that I can probably hit bunker if I just go to this side, so that's what we're going to do, and we're going to kill him from here, assuming that he doesn't just fly away. There he is. And hopefully my game doesn't crash. Alright. That may or may not have thrown off the audio for the rest of this video. If it did, I apologize, and there's nothing I can really do about it. Just because that's how Borderlands 2 functions. It's not as if my computer's not really up to par. It's just that the game engine can't handle that kind of nonsense. It seems weird that they wouldn't have tested that. Or maybe they did test it and just decided, you know, it was a shippable glitch, a shippable error. I'm not sure. It definitely seems very strange to me that you would leave something like that for one of your main story bosses. You know, but whatever. So we actually just have to wait for him to die here. I guess maybe one bullet was still bouncing around at him. Ordinarily, you have to shoot him there. Perhaps it was my antagonist that hit him. I'm not sure. Something hit him and finished him off there. So, we'll see if this guy drops 3 pearlescents for us. I noticed that's something Bunker does a lot, is drop 3 pearlescents totally legitimately and without cheat engine. So if we don't get that, the game definitely glitched, because that's something that you get quite often. Huh, doesn't look like we got it this time. That's kind of weird. But, you know, maybe it just fell through the cracks or whatever. Alright, so we're going to go down there and open the security door. Looks like, did we get anything special from Bunker? He's still dropping a little bit there, but yeah, it doesn't look like we got anything incredible. We might have got a head, because he does drop certain heads, but I'm not going to look for it. We probably didn't get it anyway. I'm not big on the rare customization items. I guess some people might like hunting them. I just find that that would be rather fruitless. The customization items, they seem like a waste of time to me, especially since the consoles have a limited number of assets they can actually use and everything, and that's kind of what killed the production of further DLC for Borderlands 2. But, you know, they're kind of cool. I actually kind of like how Zer0 looks. Oops, I have to wait until I speak here, otherwise I'll reset this deal. Alright, now we can actually look at Zer0. Yeah, I actually like how Zer0 looks here, but this isn't one of the farmable skins or farmable heads. You get this head for pre-ordering the game, or the special edition of the game. And I think if you didn't do that, you can actually just kind of buy that upgrade pack or something for like $5. I'm not sure. And then the skin actually comes from buying Poker Night 2 and unlocking the achievement or whatever to get the Zer0 skin. It's actually possible to actually just gib that skin in, and I'm thinking about making a video on how to do that, but I don't want to get in trouble, basically. So I'm not sure. It's not too hard to do, and then you can just have it like an unlockable customization skin in your game, and it's pretty cool when you do that, because then you don't have to actually play through that game or anything. I did buy it, but I wasn't going to sit there and play virtual Hold'em for long enough to actually get that skin. I actually quite like Hold'em in real life. I think it's a fun game, but you know. Hold'em and Blackjack are actually two computers I have on my hospital network. They don't really care what I name them or whatever. They're just in a testing environment. And I named them different things just so I'd know where they are. I guess I could have named them like their actual location, you know, like West Campus Test Lab, East Campus Test Lab. But Hold'em and Blackjack make enough sense to me, so I just thought they were cool names. So here's Angel, and we find out that she is a siren here. It's been pretty obvious, you know, with her saying things like phase shift and whatnot this whole time. But if you didn't know, I guess this would be a somewhat interesting reveal. Her siren wings are actually pretty cool. Her Skrillex haircut is a weird touch, but maybe that's where they inject Eridium or whatever. I couldn't really figure out what these things in the side of her head were for, and perhaps that's it. Maybe it wasn't just to emulate Skrillex as much as it was function here, but I can't tell if that's where they're pumping her full of Eridium. We'll try to check here. Where is she? Oh, she's up here. Yeah, see, there's not like any tubes or anything attached to it. Maybe there were at some time. So, working through this, it may or may not be tough. Maybe I should have bought ammo and grenades before coming in here, but it looks like I'm quite full up on both of them anyway, so we'll be alright. We are going to watch out for those angelic loaders, though, and the little laser things that spawn right here, so we'll just be cautious, use the bubble in here to position ourselves opposite side of the more dangerous enemies. These angelic loaders, if they spawn with snipers especially, can be really difficult to deal with, so you have to watch out for those guys. Those snipers not only deal a lot of damage, if they're Vladof, they'll have a high fire rate, and all snipers have especially high damage over time chances, like just the Lyuda here has a 30% chance, and with its fire rate, that's ridiculous, and obviously a Maliwan's going to be even higher, so all snipers have the chance to cause damage over time to you, and that can be a bad thing. Wow, these things die in one Pimpernel hit? That's actually pretty cool, I guess. They're not really that damaging, but something to watch out for, nonetheless. Don't do it. Ah, I hate ion loaders so much. With a burning passion. We can still kind of deal damage on that one, so we killed it. That's good. Watch out for when these little fuckers spawn, because they're going to be very aggravating. Angel does spawn you in some ammo and stuff, and that's pretty cool because it's very possible that you could end up needing grenades in this area. Those things are aggravating. I do not like those. Two spawned right by me. Maybe I was in a bad spot there. I don't have this exactly memorized or anything, so can be tough. Definitely want to get rid of that laser thing. Looks like they die in just a few Pimpernel hits, so not that bad. That guy has a Torg weapon, so I'm definitely going to use Deception to get away from him. Position this pillar between myself and the other one while I deal with the first one. Alright, these guys are tough. These angelic guards are no joke. Have to watch out for those guys. There are quite a few of them in this area too, so we'll be on the lookout. Going to run through some of these kills and pick up some grenades just so I won't run out. Alright. So, we're eventually going to work through all three of these things here, these Eridium injectors. Roland's going to lower the shields one by one, and eventually with the help of Lilith. So, that's what we're waiting for here. This particular scene, it does take a significant amount of time. I would say that it is, without a doubt, my least favorite part of the campaign. Gun loader here. More core defense turrets up there. So, bad news in that situation. Do not like those things. Just going to kill a couple of them here. The other one's on the other side of the thing from me, so shouldn't be a huge deal. Go ahead and get Grim and Killer active. Should help me get a strong critical hit on this guy and knock him out as well. I guess I'll go ahead and take out this other core defense turret as well. Excellent. So, I think the scripting in here goes by the enemy wave. So if you kill the enemy slowly like I am now, it's going to take extra time. But because I hate this part so much, I haven't really memorized it, and so I don't know exactly what I'm going into. This is obviously one of the parts that you only go through once per playthrough, so you wouldn't really have the amount of time to memorize this as you might certain other things, especially since this isn't one of the quests that I would imagine you joining your friends for or anything like that, just because it is such a pain in the ass. Another ion loader here, so we'll wait till it's done doing its deal and we'll take it out as well. Ion loaders are just a waste of time, especially in here where you're waiting on killing them to actually progress forward anyway. Alright, so now we can kill this. I guess we're technically 1/3 of the way through now, maybe a little bit more than 1/3 of the way through, because the introduction takes a little bit of time and stuff. It's nice that Roland is out here absorbing some of the aggro from us now, and that's definitely nice because the less enemies you have shooting at you, the more likely you are to survive. Got a good shot there, getting some critical hits right now. These angelic guards, one of the main things that's irritating about them is that their critical hit spots are more difficult to hit than your average loaders. You can obviously get it though, so when you do get it, that'll be nice. I consider the angelic guards to be much more difficult than a badass loader, but this is just a war loader. Maybe Roland's overreacting just a little bit. Alright, hurry up. I don't think some of these chests will despawn because I'm not picking up all of the ammo that's in them, because obviously I don't need SMG or shotgun ammo, which some of these chests have right now. So I can't really pick up all the stuff in them to maybe make them come back and spawn more grenades. Roland's going up to this control panel right now, and we'll go ahead and get ready to kill the Eridium injector when he makes it vulnerable. Those things piss me off, dude. Just throw a slag grenade out there just in case I need it. Alright. This one has a shotgun, and from the distance he's at, his shotguns really aren't that dangerous. They don't have a high fire rate either. But he's just going to go backpedal all the way to that ion loader, which is aggravating. We'll kill him before that, luckily. Go ahead and kill this thing while we have a moment here. Preemptive slag grenade there, not only to give me heals if I need them, but also to potentially slag some of those guys. And that was good. Excellent. So now I think Roland's going to drop the shield on this injector very soon, probably after just a couple more loader spawns. Preemptive slag grenade, just in case this guy has damage over time guns. They're SMGs, so they're going to have a high fire rate. Excellent. So, I guess, you know, I'm desensitized to the actual stuff that's going on here because, you know, I've seen it so many times, but I guess the first time I saw Angel actually asking to be killed and stuff, it was a little bit jarring. So here comes Lilith, and she's fairly helpful here. She'll bust the loaders around a little bit and knock them about, which will keep them from just, you know, dialing in on you full bore and concentrating all their firepower on you, and that's kind of nice. Now we got two ally friends here, you know, helping us avoid some of the aggro. That guy sounds like he has snipers, Maliwan snipers at that, so we'll have to watch out for him. I think there's a warloader or something that I hear around here, so we'll just make sure that we're... Oh, it's a super badass, so we'll go ahead and knock this guy out. Excellent. Now there's the warloader. Finish these guys off. Excellent. So after just a couple more waves of loaders and stuff here, we are going to be able to kill that third Eridium injector. This really wasn't that bad as Sniper Zer0, so definitely enjoy playing as Sniper Zer0. It's, you know, I've never played through the campaign like this. I know I've mentioned that in this particular series, but it's been a treat so far. Throwing a preemptive slag grenade there. which should also slag this turret for me. Excellent. So Lilith got Roland up there, and she still then comes down here to help us out. What a team player. She just sends those dudes into stomp mode, which could be irritating if you were playing melee Zer0 and you were trying to get up close and punch them, because they would do the stomp when otherwise, you know, they would be aiming at your decoy. But since I'm playing sniper Zer0 and and I'm way far away from them, their stomp is not bothering me at all. So that's something that is vastly different about Zer0's two playstyles here, and I'm seeing that contrast and how it makes the actual campaign a lot different to play through. Some parts that were irritating with melee Zer0, not at all irritating with sniper Zer0, and some parts, you know, that I found easy to chain mini must fall and run through with melee Zer0 required a little bit more thought this time around, since I didn't have the benefit of mini must fall. So a couple things there that, you know, definitely make it a little bit different, so that's kind of cool. Here's Skrillex, and she's going to land right here. Unfortunately, she's going to do some bitching instead of mixing or whatever he usually does. And obviously this cutscene here is pretty powerful and stuff like that. We'll see if we can't get out of harm's way here. It is weird that Jack uses a Jacobs. That's something a little bit strange. We'll see if we can get out of here. I don't know if we can or not. What? What happens if you leave? I'm not going to try it. I don't want to break the scripting. That'd be bad news. Alright. So, Jack comes in here with a Jacobs pistol and shoots Roland in the chest. It's disappointing. I did enjoy Roland's character and stuff. It's a little bit of a shame. I didn't hear the grenade go off, but I saw the screen jar a little bit. Maybe that was just part of this cutscene, though.
Jack just lost his only way to awaken the warrior. We got the vault.
Roland has a chiseled jawline. Some people aren't a fan of the let me clear my mouth out a little bit. The cell shading art style here in Borderlands, but I like it quite a bit. I think it's pretty cool. I don't like that the cutscenes are rendered at 30 FPS, though. That's a shame. Oh well, it's not a huge deal. Luckily, the actual gameplay runs pretty well at 120 FPS most of the time, except for some severely unoptimized sections. Like, for example, when you bore bunker and your frame rate drops to like 1 frame per second. Alright, so Lilith sends us back to Sanctuary here. We're in, like, Marcus's secret area. We'll open these chests, why not? It's bad news, you know, that, Lilith has been captured and Roland's dead. It definitely adds kind of a sense of urgency to finish the story and stuff. And it's kind of awkward if you play through some side quest at this particular moment and stuff. It seems like they would really want you to rush to the end, but obviously when I first played through the game, I was interested in completing all the side quests and stuff. Oh, we haven't been down to Marcus's yet. This is a shame. So it is a little bit strange, you know, that you kind of have the option. I guess not strange, but awkward in some ways that you have the option just to fool around and do as many side quests as you want before deciding to actually rescue your friend and stuff. But sometimes it's actually necessary to do those side quests to actually be prepared level-wise and gear-wise for the final fights and whatnot. So we're getting closer to the end of the series here. So far it's gone pretty well, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. Thank you guys for watching it. I do appreciate that. I hope you guys are enjoying the series as well. I don't know. I haven't seen too many people do a Sniper Zer0 playthrough, but I enjoy it, you know. The fact that you can see that the other characters are offering side quests definitely lets you know that they're not going to die or anything. So that's kind of nice because you've lost 2 good friends, you know, from Borderlands 1 very recently and kind of quickly if you haven't done any side quests between them. And so it would suck if they really hit you with some more loss and stuff. But knowing that Brick and Mordecai aren't going to die and that you might have a chance to get Lilith back is definitely somewhat uplifting, you know, after some really depressing parts. So we're going to head over towards the Eridium Blight right now. assuming this bandit technical doesn't kill me, and it very well might. Looks like they actually have a good driver right now. I'll try to lose him. Alright, cool. So we're just going to head over towards the Eridium Blight. Every time I come to the dust, it is strangely beautiful to me. I actually really like the aesthetic of this map. I think it's quite cool. Plus, it has some cool mini-bosses and fighting scenarios in it as well, surprisingly. For a relatively unpopulated map, they keep the populated areas kind of condensed and action-packed, which is pretty cool. So we were coming to another end of an episode here, guys. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Unfortunately, the next episode is going to start with me without a car. No, it's not. I'm going to drive to the save station before we quit out here. That way, we'll have the car. That's probably prudent. That's something I noticed from doing previous segmented playthroughs like this, or, you know, playthroughs where I end episodes and stuff. So here we are at, or at least I think there's a save station here. Where's the fast travel? It's right around here, right? Alright, so we'll get this save, and now that we're here, we should spawn in here. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.